What's going on, guys? Izuko, and today we are going to be talking about the complete guide to how to play Alisa. Alisa is one of those characters where if you are trying to have a character that can do everything, then you are going to be absolutely got to, because this character can do everything. She has no weaknesses in my opinion. I don't think she has any weaknesses. There's like all the stuff that you would do in order to beat other players, all the fundamental stuff that you can do, even my option selects that I talk about in my complete defensive guide, which you should watch because there's some crazy option selects in there that would actually change your game. It's actually like game changing, the amount of option selects you can do on defense that really stop all the options that people are trying to do as an offensive player. You watch that and you're going to be able to be 90% of the cash just by doing that. Moving forward, she's the only character that I found that can really do this. Now, I've been playing this character for about like a week and a half now. And I like wasn't interested in Alisa, but then I was like getting tired of Victor, and I was like, well, let me play a new character. So I literally went in here. I was like, well, let's just go down the line. And Alisa was the first character right here, so I was like, well, let me just go ahead and learn her and see what she's got going on. She's cute, I guess, whatever. And then I found out that this character is absolutely busted. Like, this is the best character in the game without a doubt. And you give someone like me who can make any character strong offensively in any game ever, and then you put me with a character, bro, this is the most busted character I've ever seen in any game ever. She has options for everything, and we're going to talk about it. But playstyle wise, what does she do? She does everything. You can play range game, you can play rush down, you can play close game, you can play frame traps, you can play pressure, you can play 50-50s, you can play option selects, you can play counter hit, you can play extreme broken damage where you just like touch them once and then they all die. So like no matter what type of character you like to play, even throw like games, like she has throw game too. Like no matter what type of player you are or what type of style of play you like to play in a fighting game, she can do it all. She is the strongest character in this game. I don't care who y'all say is strong, she's the strongest character in this game, and I'm gonna show you why. So let's hop straight into it. First thing that you have with a character like this is you need to know if they have good buttons, right? If their buttons aren't good, then you're going to be kind of tragic. But another thing need to know is, are you going to have homing mids that are going to be very good at creating pressure, or at least different like frame timing, so that way people can't just automatically sidestep you at certain timings. I mean, they can still like sidestep and then block, right, to like get that first touch, and then what I'm saying, every character can do that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with my my complete guide, there's J steps, there's JP steps, there's a Korean backdash, and we're going to talk about how you can mix all of those into each other. A bunch of stuff. You should go watch that video. You honestly owe it to yourself to do that. And the tech with like holding down block and stuff like that in order to option select a lot of stuff. Anyways, you need to go watch that. It's very, very informative. And you're going to need to know some of that in order to be able to understand why this character is so good. Basically, in short, like the fact that you can do this, right, or whatever, is making it to where you can kind of option select a lot of people by doing that. But by you doing having this 4-4, which is a mid that is homing and it's 16 frames and it's safe, and it goes immediately into your destructive stance, which is the most strong stance in this whole game. It's insane. And it goes into a high. If it counter hits, it's going to be plus 15, which is beautiful. But you can also do a second hit as well that can actually like send someone all the way to a wall, put you in this range where you want to play out here. By the way, you have range game. You have the scariest range game in this game. Like, you have all the things that you're going to need in order to make people like, what? So yeah, very, very good. Your 4-4 into your 4-4-1-4 is very, very good. Now, they conduct that second hit, but they never are going to do that, because you can go straight into the stance and immediately touch them like this, right? And that's pretty good. But also you can just do that high and like interrupt them right there. And also, let's just go ahead and go over their sidestep stuff. So you know how like a lot of people be like, oh, just sidestep this way, or sidestep. You can't do this with this character, against this character. You can't sidestep a lot of this stuff, right? So against Alisa, you're supposed to sidestep left for the most part, right? This is like where all of her stuff is kind of weak to. Like all the good stuff that you want to use, right? And if you sidestep right, you're going to get caught with everything that she wants to use, right? as you can see. So yeah, like you're supposed to sidestep. I'm sorry, sidestep right. You're supposed to sidestep right against this character. If you sidestep left, you're gonna get caught by a lot of stuff, right? But this doesn't work against Alisa at all. Like you can't sidestep her at all because neither one of these are gonna do you any good at all. None of them. So we're gonna keep it on sidestep right. So that way you're sidestepping right? So you can make stuff like this with, like right there, right? Which is cool, right? But all of this gets stopped by this. And this is a button where it's safe and you're +1. So it's like you literally just did this. There's no difference between doing these two, right? So this alone makes you good, right? And since this has a slower hit, if people are like preemptively dodging you, right? Like that, it'll still catch them, right? And you can also like time your jabs for like, you know, touching people, but the one I like to use is this, right? Because this is slower, right? Which is always going to be, you know, touch, right? But if you do it like this, where you like just do both of the hits, you're going to be +5 if they try to sidestep like immediately after this, right? So you actually have great pressure because this is a mind game in its own, right? And because you can also do like this, right? Because this was +1, so that makes this 15, which is really, really good, right? And also you have this here, which is a 13 frame mid. So you can do like this to a 13 frame mid. You can do like this into a 13 frame mid. You have like a lot of good options from this. Her mids are insane and her lows are insane and her highs are insane. So your forward 4 is good because people can't touch you and it has good range, right? It hits from pretty much like out here, right? You can get a little bit further out, right? This is literally like insane button, right? About like out here, right? And you're -9. You can go into the high. People can sidestep that, right? But if they sidestep that, then they're gonna be in trouble with that mid because that mid can't catch them. But I normally will just do the second one, and I only do the high because if the high lands, you just create crazy amount of spacing out here, which is where you want to be at. This is where you kind of want to play with Alisa because you also have this button here. You're down 4-3. That's also the same thing, and it's a mid. Very, very good button. Right, and it has insane range, and you can go into a low right after that can stop people from, you know, sidestepping from that same direction. So very, very good, but that is -12 on block, so you're gonna have to, you know, kind of be a little bit sparing with that, but you can just do the first hit always. But again, if you're doing it like this, this is also again gonna clip people who are doing that. So again, you can't really like, you know, do anything against this character like that. But yeah, this is a very good button. Anyways, moving forward, your forward 4 is absolutely insane because you can go immediately into your stance, which is, again, if they're trying to sidestep, again, she completely breaks all these rules. If they're trying to sidestep, caught, sidestep, caught, sidestep, caught, sidestep, caught, sidestep, caught. You can't sidestep this character, right? And armored, caught. You know what I'm saying? Do it regular, touch him, caught. You're in my face and you're, you know, you're donezo, right? Touch, you know what I'm saying? Like you're in trouble, right? So you can't sidestep this character because of her forward 4. You also can't sidestep this character because of her up 2. Her up 2 is absolutely insane. You can't sidestep it, and it's insane. This is 16 frames. This here is also 16 frames. This one's -2. This one's -9. These two work perfectly in hand with each other because it forces you. It's not, oh, well, it's not just like, you know, high or mid. I'm a duck. Or no, you can't duck. You can't. You're holding back, right? And both of the ranges on these are really, really good. So you can hit from out here with this mid, right? And this too has insane range, right? So this is pretty much like you're getting to, like I said, you can play out here. And we'll talk about why this is actually really, really scary in a bit. So you're up 2, insane. You can even do like 4 up 2, so that way you can get more range on it. So let's say you're like out here at 300, at like 3 or even 3-3. You can get about out here. Oh, she's in the stand still. My fault. You can get up about like right here-ish, and you can still make this land. So like right around the 300 range is where like this is like gonna like stop hitting. But again, if you do forward up, then you can actually get a little bit more out of this, like that, right? And then look, you'll be -1, right? So if you do forward up, you get a little bit more range out of this button, and you're straight into your destructor stance, which is insane. You can immediately go into your destructor, and that's the most crazy stance that you have, right? So these are all good buttons. Next up, you have your back one. This is -5. This is a very good button to just like throw out, right? Because you can like do it and then like sidestep whatever they try to follow up with, somewhat, you know, okay-ish. But the main reason why you're going to be using this if people are throwing a lot of highs against you, because this is crouching the moment you press it, and it's 15 frames. Very, very good. And it also puts you in while rising, which really stops a lot of the sidestepping as well. So if they try to sidestep, they're going to get touched by a lot of this stuff, right? See what I'm saying? Can't sidestep that. That's going to touch them, put them in there. You're going to be +6, right? So again, you can't sidestep that. This is a very good button for that. But all your other options are pretty much going to be like kind of screwed. You pretty much want to use that or this. Those are your two kind of options there. But it's mainly you're going to be want to use mostly your so I'm having a brain for a moment here. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Yeah, all of these options are pretty much beat by that, right? What I was about to say, I'm tripping. Anyways, yeah, you're gonna be using your 1, 2, right, from your while rising, or you're gonna be using your 1+2. Now you can actually charge this 1+2 like this, to where you can make it to where it's safe. So her while rising is actually really strong because you can actually link these two into each other, and it's always gonna be -4. And if that hits, it'll like send them to the ground, and you can actually get a free follow-up from that. But you also have this option here as well, but that's not really that good. But this one's really good because you can do that into that exact same mix-up. It's like, okay, don't sidestep, right? This will catch, but sometimes it will whiff depending on their time. And so it is, you know, it is kind of, you know, whatever. But the main reason why I say they're not going to be sidestepping is because you have this that's going to clip, right? So this is like your best friend, right? And the reason why this is scary is because you can go immediately into your destructive stance from it as well by pressing. So this is your down 1+2 into another 1+2, and you can basically get your destructive stance from that. And on hit, that is, I believe, +5. I think it's +5. Let's check. I forgot. I think it's +5 though. Yeah, +5. And the way to do it is you basically hold down for a few frames, right? And then you can immediately get it, right? And you can go straight into it like that, and that's very, very good. So very, very good button, right? You can literally do all your cheese with this. So you got a back one that basically stops all crouching. I mean, that stops all highs and throws, right? So very, very good. You have this, which stops all the side steps. Your forward, right? And then you have this up 2 that stops all that as well. So you have a mind game between that, right? So that alone makes it to where you have all the buttons you need, and they all pretty much lead into some sort of pressure, some sort of mind game or mix-up or something like that. So now let's talk about your forward 2. Your forward 2 is one of your best buttons as well. It's -4, which means you can easily sidestep after this, or you can actually punish people for sidestepping by doing this straight into this. So this is like, you gonna sidestep or I'm gonna sidestep. If you sidestep, I'm clipping you. If you don't sidestep, I'm gonna sidestep you, and then I'm gonna press you, right? Now, your forward 2 also, as your forward 4, goes straight into this stance, right? So again, instead of doing this, now I'm clipping you, right? Same game, right? Or you can do that one. We'll talk about the destructive stance in a bit, right? You need to do that one. Can't do that one because it's going to get clipped. Can't do that one because it's going to get clipped. But you can do this one, and this is why I say you're getting the big boys now, because then you have these options like this, right? Or these options like this, right? Or these options like this, right? And then we're looking at big boy damage, right? So it's gonna be insane. You know, people are not sidestepping you. You can't sidestep this character. You have all the options that you need. We're gonna talk about a lot of these in a bit. But the main one that you're going to be using a lot is this one, because that is free, and it keeps you in your stance. But anyways, people can't sidestep this character. So, are you going to sidestep? I'll sidestep with you. You're not going to sidestep? Cool. I'm going to hit you with this, and then I'm going to take my turn back, right? Try to poke me or anything, you're getting touched, right? So it's very, very scary. Get in my stance, I can do my armor from here. You try to armor me myself, I can do my low from here. If you're trying to like throw a high, I can go into this, right? You're gonna have all these options. Again, that last hit hits your +4. If they're respecting just the down 1, you can do the down 2, and that'll allow for you to be +4 if they're trying to, you know, sidestep it like preemptively. So it's a new killer. So this stance is actually crazy. We're going to talk about it more. I know I'm going fast, but don't worry about it. We'll go over it like indefinitely. Next up, you have your 1-2. Your 1-2 is insane because it's the quicker one. So again, this one is the one that stops them if they're trying to sidestep a little bit, right? This one here is always going to be there. This also touches people who are trying to sidestep, so that's 1-2-2. Which is very good at wall splatting, but it's also very good at touching people who are trying to sidestep. This is going to be very good, but you might ask yourself, well, why would they ever get hit by this high? Or why would they, you know, basically kind of not just duck this? Because this is what most people are going to do if you start spamming this. They're going to duck. Well, you have this option, which will stop, again, that same sidestep that we talked about, leaving you +2. And if you charge it, you can actually get a combo from it, right? And let's go ahead and try that combo. 1 sec. So people are not going to want to sidestep you because you just lost half of your life, right? So again, you're not sidestepping this character. And if you want to be safe, this is going to be good because let's say if they're trying to, you know, punish with, let's say, fast high attack, the fastest attack they have in the game, or their power crusher, or whatever it may be, right? Because this is a low, this is touching. And again, if they counter attack with anything, it's also the same combo, right? So I mess it up. I mess it up. I mess it up. Again, the same combo. You do not want to, like, you're gonna hold this. Now here's why this is, you know, something where they can't sidestep, they can't armor, they can't do anything, you know, they have to hold that, right? This is guaranteed pretty much. You're -11, so it's not bad, but if you hold it, it's gonna be -10, right? So very good. You kind of have all these options here. Now the reason why this is good because this plays along with the fact that these are all lows, which means they have to duck, right? So it's kind of like you have to get them to respect this first, and once they start respecting this, like, okay, well, let's see if you can punish it. If they don't punish it, then you gotta go crazy with that. Or you can just do it, stop, do it, or nothing. And then if they start playing off of this, then you start just doing your 1-1. And it's like, okay, what if they start poking preemptively? Then I'm gonna just do it again. I'll do this, take a step back, and then I'm gonna punish you myself. Or you can hit them with death even. And then you have this. This is your 2-2. Your 2-2 is really good because it creates a lot of spacing. Nobody can really punish you from right here unless they have a 10-frame like heat smash or something like that can reach you out there like Fing. But for the most part, people aren't gonna like punish you. They're gonna let you get that and then kind of let you keep your range. But if they're starting to duck that second hit because it's a high, you can do 2-3, and that's really good because that's -10. You can do 2-3-3, which is gonna be -11, and this is purposely made to stop people who are trying to sidestep and also like press in that gap as well. So wrong side, my fault. Alright, see what I'm saying? It's purposely made for that. See what I'm saying? Try to sidestep, you're getting touched. This is stand still, don't move, please stop moving because you're gonna get touched, right? It's very, very scary stuff. And that mid is always gonna hit as well, no matter what they do. So that's really good at that. Just keep in mind if they are fast enough, there is a little gap right there, so you do have to watch out for that. But yeah, anyways, moving forward, whenever you have a character that can pretty much like do this, and that like respect that again, and they sidestep, then they get hit by this anyway, and this is a wall splat, you know, that means people are going to stand still. So you can do this, and this is going to be +1 if you hit. So again, people are not going to be sidestepping you because if they do, they're going to be in trouble. So now you have this 1-2 that's very good because you can go into this down 2, right? And then you have this 1-1 that allows you to go immediately into destructive stance again off of a -3. Now if it hits because they're trying to sidestep, you're +5, right? And this is just +8 if you get that first one to land. So if you're staggering off of this, right, then this is +8 if that second hit lands, right? So yeah, right, like that. Very, very good stuff, right? So straight into this +5, you know, sort of set, right? So yeah, you're gonna be very good at, like, you know, kind of cleaning people up that are trying to sidestep you. So sidestepping doesn't really work. You can even do like this. So it's like you literally choose. You want to do it like this, or you want to do it like this, right? Again, +1. You can go into whatever, which means if you do this into this, this is 11 frames, which means this actually becomes 10 frames if you do it like this. Or you can go straight into it like that, right? Now you. So yeah, as you can see, combos are like crazy. You're frame data wise, you can't sidestep this character. You're in trouble if you do. Moving forward, so because this is a thing, it makes it to where like you really can't like do anything. So then that brings into question, like, okay, well, if that button is so good, then what are your other buttons, right? So you also have your down, forward, 1. This button is very sidesteppable, and this second hit, if they sidestep again, that is even like very punishable. So this is very, very punishable. You have to be very careful with this. But if you do it in tangent like this, they can't sidestep, right? So if they try to sidestep the second hit, which is the high that leaves you +1 on block, which is very easy to sidestep, by the way. You can do the second hit, that's going to leave you +6, right? And that is going to put you straight into your sensors. A good way to get into it, but you make them respect it by doing the 4, which is again going to lead you straight into this, right? So it's a very good follow-up, right? It's like, please don't do that, you know, stop it, get some help. So this is a very good option that you can do in order to stop people from sidestepping you there. It's just a, you know, whatever follow-up. You don't really get anything too crazy from it. It is kind of what it is. So yeah, very good button, but you don't get anything too crazy from it. So yeah, now if they try to counter hit instead of sidestepping, then you get something from it. So you have to be aware of what your opponent is doing. So again, hold on. Let's wait till it does the armor one. I mean the one without armor. Do I have him set to do one without armor? Oh, that's the reason why. Then this becomes guaranteed, right? And then all this becomes guaranteed chip that leads straight into a wall splat. And then as you can see, look at their life. So this is what I mean when I say the set play is crazy with this character, right? Do this, touch, and bing, do that, right? This is all here. This is all pressure, wall splat, into the same pressure, right? Again, they're half health no matter what, right? Whether they block or they don't block. It's insanely broken. Then let's say they start respecting it. Again, you can gap in between that. All of this is good. So yeah, as you can see, you're gonna be clipping people, right? So that's the thing I like about this the most. And if that wasn't enough for you to like start playing this character, because you have this sort of mind game with it, again, they can still pretty much like you have to do this option. So this is kind of like, if you do it, then okay-ish, but like other than that, like you're pretty much screwed. So I don't really like using this too much. It has too many weaknesses, so I don't really use this, but it does have a mind game behind it, so you can if you want to. But if that wasn't enough for you, you also have your back 3, which is going to be like a very good like keep away too. So let's say you touch him and you do like this move, for some reason ducks everything, like everything. So this is a very good button just because it ducks everything, right? So you're in here, you do something like this, or you're in here, you do something like this, or you're in here, you do something like this, and then you do something like this. It's pretty much just like, okay, so let's say you're like, let's say you hit him with this, right? Let's do it like this. Oh, I can't do it like that. Let's say you hit him with this. All right? This is just a very good button because they can't press you with a high for some reason. And it doesn't show that you really have like a counter, like crouching while you're doing it, but it just makes a lot of things whiff. So this is a very good one if you can't use your forward for some reason. If you wanted another one. And the pushback on it is even better. And it's -8. So I like using this button. It's one of my favorite ones to use. Then you have, let's make sure I didn't forget anything in these. Oh, you have your back 4. This is your 15 frame punish. This is your best punish because I'll talk about it in a bit, but this is your 15 frame punish. You have to use this button like crazy. It's the same kind of mind game. If they do anything on counter, they get touched. You can't really get anything crazy from it though. So it's not really going to be using the counter hit like that crazy. You could just get that, but even so, it's like it's alright-ish, you know. You can't get anything too crazy from this. So again, they can kind of armor between that. This is kind of the stuff that's like it's the weakest part of her kit. Like, I don't really like using any of this. I only use this as a 15 frame punish. You don't really get anything too crazy from this. See what I'm saying? You don't get anything from it really. It's not really that good, and they can just armor between that. But this, they can't armor between. And this is beautiful. Because this is your 15 frame punch. We're going to talk about why. But also, they can't armor between this. They get interrupted no matter what they do. But also, if they block this, it puts you like in a mind game to where you can kind of play like this. The range on this is also really good, where you can do like this. So if they try to like armor preemptively, which is what most people do, then they get touched. So then what this does, once people realize, oh shoot, I got to do something that reaches further, or I gotta like do this or something like that, right? Then it makes it to where people just like allow you to get that, right? Then this touches. Or you can just do this on block and they don't punish it, because then they're trying to do like some closer, like some sort of, you know, crazy punches or something like that, right? Then it allows for you to do your own armor, right? So this is where I say you have a mind game behind this, which is very, very good. But also you have this where you can lead into it and then like do like that. If they're trying to like punish with a 1-2 or something like that, you can actually like stop people who are trying to punish with a 1-2, and it becomes insane, right? Do something like that. But we'll talk about that in a bit. So this is very, very good. It's kind of like a, I'm negative, but you're gonna have to know how to punish me, and if you do know how to punish me, you're gonna have to do it preemptively, or you're not gonna be able to punish me anyway. And then I can actually do stuff that can like interrupt you from trying to punish me, like even like an unblockable like setup and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that in a bit. So this is very, very good. You also have your up back 2 or your back up 2. This is your power crusher as well. You have your back 1+2. This is also another power crusher that you have. These are all good. Your back up 2 is very good because it's -8 on block, and it's a high one. And it really reaches very far, like very, very far. You can also make this like pretty much safe. So again, you kind of want to play out here because like you don't have to respect anything. Yeah, I made that -1, right? So again, this is just pretty much you get out here and you touch people, right? You get out here and you touch people. This is your up 1+2. This is a launcher. This works really, really well with your down 3+4, which is a low. This is also a launcher. It's actually one of the fastest like sweep like combo thingies that you can get with this character, and the fact that it's around the same frames as this makes it very, very good. So it's like, do I do that one or do I do that one? So you can kind of mix up slower reaction people or people who are not really like reacting to the game with both of these options alone, and they're both combos that lead into like extremely high damage, and we'll talk about the combo damage in a bit. So these are good options for you. You can also do this back 3+4. I never really used this though, but if you do it again, you can make it +6. But again, it's kind of like, I don't really use that like that because I just don't think it's that good. It's too negative for what it is. Like, I just don't think it's that good. But you can use it if you want. I just don't think that it's that good because I just think that people are gonna punish you, right? Like, you know what I mean? This one I feel like is the worst one just because it doesn't give you enough like pushback, you know what I mean? Like a lot of characters can have like stuff that can reach you from like right there, you know. So, and then you're putting yourself into the harm's way like too early. Like this one, you can kind of like play around with it, you know what I'm saying? You're not too far in harm's way, you know. So I don't like using that, but anyways. And then you have your forward 1+2, which is your rush stance. We'll talk about that in a bit. And then you have your down 3+4. You're in your forward 3+4. So yeah, then let's talk about your down 4. You have some of the best down like buttons in the game. Your down 4 go straight into your 1+2, which is going to leave you resetting neutral. This is very good at stopping armor moves. It is 17 frames though, so you do have to be mindful of that. But if the low hits, then they can't even like duck the high. Try to duck the high, they're going to get touched, which means you have to block it. And if they don't block it, this will wall splat. So very good option that you have there. You also have your down 3, which is very, very good because it leads straight into your backup stance. We'll talk about that in a bit. But the reason why I like this is because it's never like really negative. If you learn to max space this, or you're playing out here, you can make this very, very safe all the way up to -4 and -1. So yeah, as you can see, you can play out here and then lead straight into these stances that are going to be really, really good. So again, you have some of the best down pokes in the game. So you have this low that hits from right here. You have this mid that hits out here, and then you also have this 2 that hits out here, right? So like, you also have this 3 that hits, you know, somewhat out here. And we'll talk about more of the stuff that you have out here. But like, you can play at this range completely and completely dominate people. You can't hit out here with this, but this is actually homing as well, so just do keep that in mind. So you have literally all the options that you're going to need. Next up, you have your up forward 4. This one's okay. I would never just do up 4 because it doesn't have enough range. You're gonna have to do up forward 4 because it reaches a little bit further, and you're going to need that for this button. This is also a 15 frame punish, but I never really use this one unless I'm playing on a map without a wall break, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So yeah, it's your down 3, lead straight into your backup stance, so that's very good. Then you have your down 1, which is all right. But the main thing that we're really going to be focusing on is your down back 1. This is your backup stance. This stance is actually the scariest stance probably in the game, because there's no downside to doing it. You do it and you're immediately in crouching stance. So again, right. Let's see. Let's make him do armor too, right? So is he still set to do it? Let's take this one off. So that way he does armor, right? Right. Oh no, I didn't do it. So let's say they're in stance, right? And they're like, let's say you touch him and then you do the stance. The only thing that they can really touch you with is a mid. Anything else is going to be kind of like in trouble, and I'm gonna show you why. So let's say you're in neutral, or you just did this or something like that. He's gonna get touched by that. Anyways, boom. You can touch him with backup stance into a 2. This is basically like, okay, you know how Victor has a projectile? This is her projectile pretty much. This hits at every range, and you're -5. You can get all the way up to -1 if you start max spacing this stuff. So this is like literally a zoning in this game, right? This is your zoning, right? And let's say you're at a range to where this can't hit. You can do the 1+2. This is the unblockable one. It's just a little bit slower. So again, if people don't have reaction time, you can touch them with this, do this, touch them with that, and this is a combo, right? A really decent combo as well. I messed it up. That was just, again, half of your life. So you're gonna want to, like, again, it's not like as simple as, oh, this is a high. I'm gonna just not, you know, touch. I'm gonna just, you know, whatever. I'm gonna just duck. If you duck, I can hit you with this, which is safe, right? This is hold on. This is a safe option. It's also airborne, so you can't throw me. You can't low poke me. You're gonna get interrupted, and it's also safe, right? You also have this 4 option, which, so this is your 3 option. This is your 4 option. Your 4 option is also a launcher that is also going to give you the strongest damage that you have out of this mode. Well, not your second strongest combo in the game for her. And then you have this one that's also airborne that also again gets you out of, you know, throws and lows and pretty much everything else. And you can even make some highs whiff from here as well. But yeah, it's also safe as well. Again, absolutely insane. The character is actually good. And then you have your 1, which is your standard 1. This is going to leave you +4. Now, if you do it from the ranges of these, or let's say, what's on this one here? Let's just do it off of this, or this even. It can leave you at the ranges where you're gonna. Stop! Just block. Okay, we're gonna set you to just block. It'll leave you at the ranges where you can start to be +5 on hit, like that, right? Which is good, which means it automatically max spaces for you, and that works for a lot of the stuff as well. Just kind of keep that in mind. But another reason why I like doing this is because, again, let's say people are trying to sidestep you, right? How they're supposed to. This will whiff, right? But this will clip them. So again, and this will also wall splat. So again, this is like your best friend because it stops people from sidestepping you. And another reason why this is good is because this will also catch them. So it's not as simple as, oh, I'm gonna do it and I'm a duck. No, you can't do that because this is gonna clip you. And this is also a combo as well. So I'll just go ahead and show that really quick. That wall splash, and you can get a lot of damage from it. Or you can even go like this with it, and then do like that, or whatever, and then go straight into your destructive sign into more follow-up. So yeah, you're not going to want to do that. You can also do it into this. Make sure I get blocked first. And then you can always just do that, right? So again, very good option that you have here. You can even do like that. So like, people are not going to want to sidestep you because this can clip them, but mainly this is kind of whatever. Also, you can do like this, and that's very, very scary. If they're like still like they're like very respectful, then that can kind of like catch them slipping. But this is going to whiff, so that's going to be like whatever. This is going to catch, this is going to catch, and this is going to catch. So this stance is really, really good, and they're all safe, right? So yeah, very good option that you have there. You can really kind of go crazy with that. Another thing that makes this really, really good is because you don't have to do any of these options, right? You don't have to do any of these. You can just actually sit here, let it sit up, and then go into your wild rising stuff, right? So like this, which is really, really good. So let's say you do this, touch them, and they can't sidestep again, right? I remember how we talked about this is very good at like, you know, stopping people from sidestepping to that same side. So yeah, like this is a very good one. You can sidestep that though. But this is your best friend, right? Hold on. Let's do it like this. And this will also catch them that you can get a bunch of combo damage from as well. So yeah, again, you don't have to do any of these options, right? This will also automatically counter hit on while rising. If they try to do anything, like right there. Hold on, let me get right. Bing, bing. This will touch them always. So again, can't sidestep. Do it again, you can still get touched by the low. So it's not as simple as, oh, I'm do it the quicker one and then I'm gonna block the mid. No. And then also you can get touched like this, and then I can reset neutral. I'm -9, which means I'm safe, right? You let it charge for a little bit, and I can actually get pushed back to where now we're resetting neutral. But also, if any of these land, it's a combo. If this counter hits, which is, it's always gonna, you can't interrupt, not even with armor in between this. You have to sidestep it, and that sidestep is kind of like hard. But also, you have to, like, if you're spamming 3 from while rising after this, they never can sidestep this. So it's very good at like catching homing, right? And this is always going to catch them anyway, so they're not going to sidestep even during this. And again, if you can let this charge for a little bit, it'll, you know, make you get further out. So, and if that lands, if let's say they just don't block it, they expected the low. So this is a mix, literally like 50-50 mix. Guess you guessed wrong. Both of these give you combo damage, whether they get hit. So absolutely insane. This one I like to use for the people who like to sidestep or whatever, or the people who like to throw highs or armor. I love this option here because this will automatically make all highs whiff no matter how fast they are. Because if you go into this stance, notice how you're +4, right? Because this is +4, this makes this very scary to do in neutral. This is literally like free, like this is something you have to be using 24/7. This is 19 frames, and it's actually a really good button to use. Like, look at the range on this, it's not bad, right? But if this hits, you are +4. So again, you do this, you're +4. And because you're +4, this becomes very scary. And this becomes scary. So this just automatically interrupts everything. So yeah, craziness. You can use this from neutral. And this is a mid that leads into a 50-50, right? That can also be safe on block. So you can just play off of this alone. And then you also have this low here that can kind of like pair up with it, because they can expect like, okay, the moment I see him doing a low, I know the block. Or, I know the, whatever. Touch you with the low. You know what I'm saying? So very, very scary stuff that you can kind of abuse with this character. So you have very, very strong lows. This is a strong, low. you have all the options that you're going to be needing in order to really kind of like go crazy with this character. So your stance is actually really good. So again, you never have to follow up with anything. You can always just do this, and the thing I like to do the most, you can do that and then do this. This is your 1+2. Charge it, fully charged, touch him again with that, and then touch him like that. Or you can even do like this, going like this, and then touch him with that throw, right? And this is going to be the 35 damage one. But if you do like this, you can actually do this one, which is a 45 damage throw that you can do straight from your Wild Rising. It's also going to send them flying, right? So, and this reach is really good. So very good throw, and it's a different kind of throw tech than your standard one. So like, you're gonna be good at like stopping people from like, you know, kind of going crazy with you. So yeah, you literally have all the options that you're gonna need in order to make this character work. So that's like the majority of the stuff that you can do from this back stance, right? Now let's talk about destructive stance, and then we're gonna talk about, again, you can play off of this, right? And the range on this one is pretty much like it's gonna touch him no matter what, right? So the moment that you know this one isn't gonna hit, you're like, okay, well, you're gonna have to duck, right? So they have to duck. The moment they start to duck, you hit them with this, or you hit them with this, or you do this, and you can just sit out of it, and then you can catch them with something like that, or like this, and then touch them with that, or like this, and then touch them with this. Both of these are very safe. So this is your 4-4-4-3-4. This is safe. And if you do your first one, you -4, which means you can do this and then sidestep and then punish, right? So this is very good, right? Or you can just finish that second hit off, or you can just do your 4-4-2, and that goes straight into your stance, right? And this will stop people from again, sidestepping. You can even do like this. Right? Touch. That's all guaranteed right there. So again, you're going to be deleting people no matter what. So yeah, your stance is crazy. Well, your pressure game is crazy, because not only do you have this 4-4-4-2, but you also have this down 3. You also have this up 1+2. You have literally like so many options from way out here. It's actually kind of insane. You also have your 4-4-4-3 that you can sidestep after. So very good buttons that you can use. You also have this button here that reaches pretty, you know, good out here. So yeah, as you can see, you have like so many options, but then also you have all of these options out here as well. So again, you kind of want to be playing out here too, because you can, you know, the range on this is actually insane. It's much more than you would think it would be. As you can see, it's pretty good. Like, you can kind of throw that out like way out here. So yeah, you can play out here and be extremely scary, because it's like, are you gonna respect this high, or are you gonna respect this one, like that, right? And if you don't, then I'm gonna hit you with this mid, and I'm gonna combo you and send you across the map. So let's say you work me all the way into the corner, pause, I'm gonna get you way out here, and then this is gonna be, you know, something that I can even, you know, still like kind of move after, depending on my range, right? Because this can like touch like out here, right? This can touch out here, right? I could be like out here and be like, okay, you're not gonna respect this, I'm gonna touch you, right? So yeah, all of this is, you know, somewhat sidesteppable, but you don't have to commit to it, right? You can just do like this and touch with this. And let's say they're starting to like, let's say you're here and they're just ducking everything. You can hold and then hit them with this mid. That is literally around the same frames of this, right? And you can go immediately into this kind of pressure here, like that, right? And you can do like that, right? Or you can actually finish it off and then be, hold on. I'm tripping. Like that. And then you can kind of like punish that sidestep again. So like, again, you never have to commit to anything. You can be always kind of like juicy, and that's if they block it, you know what I mean? So like, you're gonna be good at like stopping people from sidestepping. So moving forward, let's go into what makes her actually like really scary, really broken. This is just a cool little 14 frame punisher, I guess, but I don't really use this. You can kind of what was I gonna say? You can kind of like do like this from that. This is like a very good, like, if you're just trying to like touch people, it's good in that regard, but I don't really use that like that. Yeah. Anyways, moving forward, your forward 3+4 is basically your standard one. Now, here's the tech to this. If you're using it in neutral, you're gonna be getting the okayer options. But if you're using it in your destructive stance, then you're gonna be getting basically when your swords are out, you're gonna get the OP one. When your swords are not out, you're gonna get the OK one. Now, if you do it from your 4-4, you can get the control. If you just press 3, you're gonna get the regular one, right? See, no swords out. If you do your 4-3, you're gonna get the swords out, right? So yeah, that's basically like how this works, right? So now let's talk about the options you get. So you can do 1-2. This is gonna leave you safe, right? So 1-2 is very good. You can do 1-2-1, 3+4. You never stop it after your 1-2. Like after you do 1-2, you never want to stop 1-2-1 because on hit it's -12, and then on block it's also going to be very, very punishable. Let's see, bing, 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 bing. Yeah. Bruh. See, -20. You don't want to use that. That's actually insane. You just don't want to like throw that out. And the last hit itself is even worse. The last hit is like -28 or something like that, or something. Let me just put the block off. -18. I knew there was an 8 in there somewhere. Anyways, moving forward. So yeah, as you can see, you don't want to be throwing it out like that. That's more of a combo thing. You want to stop it at your 1-2. That's your best option there. You can also do your unblockable, which is your 1+2, which is actually really, really good. This is the one you want to use the most because this is a mid, and it's very good. So we're gonna set them to block all, sidestep right. So we'll do like this. This is gonna touch. So bing, bing, right? And because this touches, this also can like play around that same range because they have to block mid, and because they have to, like, that makes that like actually like really, really scary. You have to do that. So those kind of work hand in hand. But you also have this 4 here. This is your strongest damage in the game. So, and this is also 17 frames. If people are trying to press you after you do this, this is like very, very good. But you also have your 3. It's okay-ish. It's the same thing as the other one, but again, it's kind of like you can kind of use it, but you don't have to. It's kind of up to you. You also have your 2, which is a really, really good option that you have, and your airborne, which means if they try to poke you, you're gonna touch them, you're gonna be good. That's kind of one of your better options, right? But your 1-2 is gonna be airborne as well, so like stop lows, stop throws, that kind of deal. So it's very scary whenever you're charging at people, but if you get hit, then you're gonna get launched. So kind of good, kind of okay-ish, you know, kind of whatever. All of these options are decent, but the thing I like about it the most, you can press back, and this actually, if you do your back from this stance, it'll allow for you to immediately go into your backup stance again. So again, like this, same thing. And although these things might be very, you know, susceptible to some punishes or whatever it may be, or some side steps, you have like so many options to where you don't have to like commit to anything. You know what I mean? You can just do it, read what they're gonna do, touch them, you know, and then kind of like go from there, right? So like that's the reason why I like it so much, is because you can kind of like choose what you're wanting to do. But the main reason why I like doing this is because if you sidestep, or if they sidestep, you can like, or if they're trying to armor you, so let's say you do this, you can like catch their armor like really, really easily from this stance as well. Hold on. Like that. That's what I like to do from this stance. If people are not respecting this, I like to catch their armor by doing that. So again, it's not as simple as, oh, just armor. I can interrupt your armor. So yeah, that's very, very good. Very, very good. Now let's talk about like your destructive stance. So how can I explain this? This is a mode where there's no counterplay. So you have your forward 1 +3, right? You have your standing 1. It's going to be -9, so it's safe. And it's also 13 frames. Your forward 1 is going to be 11 frames, so very, very fast, right? So mid, high, very, very good. you can literally like kind of go crazy with this, right? Extremely good, like extremely good. You have to like hold that. So that alone makes it good, but it's like, okay, well, this one is -9, so you're giving up your turn pretty much, right? How do you make it still to where you can go crazy? Well, you have your down 1, right, which is going to be 20 frames, right? So very fast. That's also going to leave you -12, so it's actually a little bit punishable. So this is pretty much going to like stop all of this, right? Right? See what I'm saying? All of this is just you're touching it, right? You can go crazy with this. This alone makes her very strong, because this means you have to like duck, because I can just touch you with this over and over again and you're gonna be good unless you sidestep. And it's like, okay, let's say you want to sidestep. Here's why I say you don't want to spam this, because you actually have your 1+2, which gives you spacing, and it also leaves you even more plus. And this is 16 frames, so if you do this into this, it'll clip, and now you're +15, right? So now you're looking at doing this, which is your forward 1+2, which is +5 on block, and on hit it's a combo. You have this to this again, right? Or this into this even that can launch, right? And that's my 2, and you can do 2 1 into a great combo, right? So again, you have your forward 1, you have your standing 1, you have your 2, right? And your 2 is -8, so it's safe. You can also do 2-1, but 2-1 is only if it hits. You have your forward 2-1-2, which is all very good. Very good combo damage. We can also get a lot from this as well. If people trying to sidestep or like move or try to press, they can always get interrupted right here. So that's why I catch a lot of people touching. It's also heat engager, so it's very good. So you can always stop at your 2. As far as like getting a hit, if you're trying to like, if you got the hit, but you're gonna be negative. But going into that last hit is okay-ish, but sometimes you don't want to, because it's gonna be -13. So anyways, so not only do you have your standing 1+2, so basically just neutral 1+2, which is very good at catching people from sidestepping. So if you're spamming this, you're like, well, I'm gonna sidestep you and punish you. And yeah, no, you can't stop that. You can also, let's say, well, I'm gonna just duck it, sidestep it, and do a hide. Yeah, no, you can stop that. Or you can just do, that's your down 1, right? So it's your down 1 option. You can do your down your down 2, right? That'll also catch and give you more, but it'll take you out the stand. So very good. But if that wasn't enough, you also have your forward 1+2, which is gonna be +5 on block, and it's very scary. So you can do like this, do like that, but the range on it is kind of iffy, but it's gonna be very good. So you can literally do this and then like touch people with this, right? If they're not sidestepping. And if they are, you can do like this, and you can do like this. They're gonna pretty much, they're gonna clip no matter what. So this is why I say this is very good, because people are not gonna sidestep you, because if they do, then they get touched, right? And here's another thing. You can actually, while you're in destructive stance, you can move like this, and you can move back even, right? So like you can do this, move back, touch again. So let's say if someone's immediately trying to armor you or something like that, you can move out of the armor, you can sidestep their own moves or whatever. You can play this kind of counter game, right? So you're like, okay, you want to sidestep? Let me touch you, right? And again, your standing 1 always just kind of, you know, interrupts anyway. So you automatically going to stop people from sidestepping, because this alone is very good. So yeah, if you do this, they can't get out of this. And you actually have a guaranteed follow-up in this here. That is a guaranteed follow-up, but it takes you out of the stance, and it's a little bit iffy on timing. But yeah, you can. That is a guaranteed follow-up if this lands like this, like that. Anyways, moving forward, you also have your up 1+2, which is going to be plus on block, and it's also airborne. So again, if like they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna just low poke. I'm gonna just low poke my fastest low. Yeah, no, I can jump over that. Stop it. Get out of here. And you're gonna be safe if they block it. And again, say they sidestep, they can sidestep that, so it's kind of like iffy, right? But again, you have your back 2. Hold on. Your back 2, which stops all sidesteps. It's going to be resetting neutral, so you can stop it there. Or you can actually do your second hit, which is a combo, which is what you should do, which is going to be a floor break, and also it is going to leave you like very plus, right? So +5 into the same sort of like options that you have, right? And you can actually get some guaranteed follow-ups from this as well, like that, right? You can touch them with that. So this is all very solid stuff, right? You have all the options that you're going to need in order to like go crazy. You can even do that. As you can see, you're going to be pretty good at stopping people from sidestepping. You can even do like this if you want it. If you feel like they're going to do a different set of tech to try to stop you. So yeah, as you can see in this stance, you're going to be absolutely golden. This alone is enough to like stop like all the noobs, because this is +5, this is +3, this is +4, and if it lands for people who are sidestepping you, they get interrupted, and then it goes straight into this. As you can see, craziness, right? So craziness, right? Or you can even do like this, hold on, I messed it up, this, you can even do like that to try to launch them like that, which is insane, right? So as you can see, you have like literally all the options that you're going to need. You pretty much are going to be able to like get to the point to where you can do stuff and they literally will not know how to get out of it. So yeah, this is your airborne option, this is your like keep away option, and you can get out of it. A cool thing as well about it is, remember how we talked about whenever you're in destructive stance, if you're holding down back, it's kind of like one of those options select. So again, let's go ahead and put them to punish or whatever. You'll do this, right? Yeah. And you can immediately do it, right? Now let's say they're mixing this up with the mid or something like that. Or we'll make them even do a power crush. That's cool too. Make them do a fast mid, fast low. We'll make them do all the options. Right? They can do them all. We don't care. Boom. You can option select it like that, right? Hold on. It'll automatically duck the highs. It'll automatically block the mids, right? Like that, right? And if they do a low, hold on. You're low, buddy. Oh, he's not doing a low. Okay, guess he doesn't want to do low. This is the low option, right? Yeah. Hold on. You can even option select the low as well. So this tech allows for you to literally like do this. Hold on. I'm tripping. Like that. To where you can make it to where the only thing that they can really kind of like do against you, let's say option wise, like you do this and then like you option select the mid and the high and then the low as well, because this is the timing that you're doing for it, right? And I'll just go ahead and put everything back on, do the same stuff, right? Oh, I messed it up. Like that. Which means you can then like input buttons immediately, right? See what I'm saying? So if I duck the high, then I get the punish. Hold on, I'm messing it up. I'm playing sloppy right now, bruh. See what I'm saying? You see how I'm inputting buttons and nothing's coming out? Bro, do the high, bro. I'm so tired of like having multiple options, because they never like it just takes too much time for a video. Anyways, see, this is what I'm doing preemptively, right? To try to punish, right? And then you can also do like this straight into that stance, right? You can even do like that, right? My inputs are a little sloppy too. Like that, right? And that allows for you to immediately like try to like pressure people out of that, right? You can even do like that, and again, if that hits, right? Crazy, right? So you're gonna be very good at doing that, and that's like a thing that you can do with her. So it's like very good, like you can do it immediately and then block like that, and if you get that timing perfect, you can make it to where you can do it, duck the high, and also be able to block the mid as well. And if you wanted to commit to the low, then you can. I think the low will touch you though. You have to hold it a little bit too long, well, specifically with him, for example, but not with the other characters. Anyways, moving forward, let's see here. Let's go back to this. All right, so now since you know that you have those options, you're going to be pretty much like, you can get into the stance and then like not worry about anything. So because they know that you can high, you can like option select the highs and the mids pretty much for free. That means now you can start doing this, and that'll also punish side steps, right? Which means then they're gonna like try to start lowing you, and if they try to start low attacking you, you can just sidestep it, right? So depending on who you're going against, you can sidestep and then like touch like this, like that, and then punish them for like doing a very unsafe option. So the fact that you can do this stance, bro, I am pressing forward too. Jeez, bro. You can do like that. As you can see, that's very, very strong. And you can even go into this option if you wanted to. And the fact that you can actually like animation cancel these, and it's not like you have to sit it out, means you can like sidestep for the first frame that you need and then like try to punish. So like let's say like that, right? So like if you know which way a low can hit you, you can honestly just do that. But also you can just literally just do it and then backstep, right? And then like literally try to punish from there, and that's going to be insane, right? So yeah, there's literally no counterplay to this stance because you can sidestep. And not only that, you also have your forward pressure from it. So let's talk about this now. If you press forward 3, you press forward 3, as you can see, you do your standing 1, you're going to be +9. Craziness, right? Which means that automatically makes that guaranteed to stop everything they have to block, right? If this lands, +9. So this is literally like getting to it. You can literally be like, again, like I said, you can play out here. I'm gonna go into my stance. Show me you can do something about it. That's all highs, right? This is your forward 3 in the stance, and then you join 2, 1. That's very, very good. It's a combo. I'll show you about that in a bit. You can do 3. That's alright-ish. You can do 4. It's going to be your greatest launcher. You could do 2, and then you can actually do 1 + 2, which is going to be very good. It's going to reset neutron. It's a bunch of mid. So again, you're respecting this high, right? You get touched. You're respecting this, you get touched, and they both leave me safe, and they both like put me in pressure situations, right? So it's like very scary, right? There's really like nothing you can really do against this character. Game plan, and also you can stop it as well. So you can like dodge, and you can dodge to the side, right? You can even hit him with this mid here, but I don't like ever doing that, like ever. I just think that's actually like tragically trash. Just make them whiff and then do whatever, because you don't get any combo damage from this, but it can wall splat, and it does send them pretty far away. But if you like, you can like do it and then stop, and that's cool-ish. But for the most part, if you're in the stance, you're doing it because you're trying to get pressure. But if you feel like they're going to do something, you can sidestep and try to block, but you can't block fast enough, so I don't really see a point in doing that one. Just letting you guys know what to expect. I only really use this one in like pressure situations. Pretty much you're only going to be using your standing 1 or your 1 + 2. The rest of them are kind of like whatever. But you also have your forward 2. You can actually lead into forward 2-2, which is going to be very good at combo situations, but other than that, it's really not all that. And then you're going to have your forward 1, which is going to be a very fast like throw mid, if you want to call it that. That's going to be very, very good. It is punishable though. So that's pretty much the majority of options from there. Now since we pretty much talked about like all of the basic stuff, you should have an idea of what to do. Let's talk about combos, because what's a character without combos? And I've told you guys already, this character has the strongest combos in the game easily. So just in this stance, if you land this, this is your forward 1 + 2. You can do this and get a bunch of combos from it, right? If you're in heat, and you do this can launch. All right, so that'll be a launcher for you. That's very, very good. Also, you do it like this as well. It can be very good, but also like this even. So you can get like a lot of combo damage from this. Basically, if you're in heat, this becomes a launcher, right? It becomes a tornado attack. So yeah, that's pretty good. Moving forward, so another thing you have is you have from neutral you're 3-4. I'm sorry, you're 3-2. This is a very good button. This is mid high, and if you feel like they're gonna duck to mid, you can do mid 4-2, and that'll be a good. This is a good 13 frame punish, right? But I would always recommend doing this one because it's the heat engager, which you can lead immediately into the pressure again, and really sidestep any of this stuff. Touch, send to the wall, bing, bing, all kind of crap. We're gonna talk about combos in a bit. Anyway, so as you can see, your 3-4 is pretty decent. You also have your 4-3. 4-3 is good. It has, you know, good range. You can play like kind of out here with it. It's very good at like hitting from out here. You can do your 2 from it, and if that 2 lands for people trying to sidestep, you get a combo from it, like so. Right, this is the easiest one for a wall splat, but you can do like this. You can do like this to clip. I'm messing up. That, and that'll clip. You can also do like this. Try to like, you know, move with people, or you can just actually like do like this and then touch them like this if you want it, and that could be good. But if you wanted to get this, you can. I just don't like getting out of the side of the destructive stance, so I'll do this, I'll do this, get a little nice little follow-up or whatever, and try to like create some sort of like Okazemi from there, or like this, right? Some sort of pressure. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to keep the pressure on them. I don't want to get out of my destructive stance too much. Anyway, so yeah, you have like quite a lot of options from this forward 3 into 2. You can also do forward 3 into 1+2. That way it's not high, it could be high mid. That'll clip and then it'll leave you very plus. So again, you can touch people. Same sort of ordeal there. And I wanted to show that because you need to know like how you can get into the stance like pretty good, so that way you can like make certain things like touch, right? Like that. So yeah, so you can touch people for trying to, you know, get outside of, you know, like your pressure. So yeah, anyways, moving forward, you have combo damage from this. You can do like this, bing, bing, bing. As you can see, that's 88 damage, pretty much half of your health taken, and that's your forward forward 3+4 into 4. You can even do this one. That's your while rising moves. We already talked about that, so that's basically while rising 1, 2, 3, right? While rising 1, 2, 3. Very good. You can even get combo damage from this, but this is not like real. That second hit does. That third hit isn't guaranteed. So yeah. Just letting you know, right? You can also do like this if people are gonna like give you that. This is gonna be a good wall splat that you can do, but that's not real damage, by the way, like ever. Like they can always block that. So like for example, standing, we'll set them to block all. See what I'm saying? That's not real. So don't really like focus on that. Anyways, moving forward, next up we have is your down 4-2. From this you have like crazy damage, but I'm gonna show you how to make it to where you always get like good results. So let's say you're supposed to do this here. This is your combo route, right? That's your forward 1 to end that, right? We already talked about that. So what I'm doing is I'm doing basically while rising 1, 2, 3. I'm doing up 1, and then I'm doing forward 3 into forward 1. So once you do this, forward 3, forward 1. Crazy damage. Even this alone, it's crazy damage, right? So yeah. Anyways, moving forward. So let's say you're trying to get that combo to land, but you get this. You can just do 1, 2. Then you can do up 1 into that, and as you can see, it's still crazy damage, right? Or you can do this, and let's say you did it early, you can do that into up, basically, let's say you did it early, you can do forward 2 into forward up 1, and then into that same thing, and you can so basically no matter what, let's say if you mess it up, and all of these buttons are kind of like around the same, so you can literally react to this. So let's say you don't get the right one, then you can make it to where it's very easy for you to get into. Now let's say again you're playing on a map with a wall break. again, just react to it if you mess it up or whatever. You can just press 3, then get this combo, but let me actually make all of those hit. Bing, bing, bing. You're gonna do 1, 2, 1 into your 3 plus 4, and you can get, again, crazy combo damage like so. Let me go ahead and get the juicy one. Oh. Go. Point. Ah, I messed it up. Mess it up again. Bing, 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 bing. Right? Crazy good damage that you can get with this character for doing relatively simple stuff. If you're near a wall, then you can just always do that option. That's going to be one of your best finishers there from the combo. But let's say you're trying to, let's say you got a combo off of, yes, that's your wall rising 2. You're going to do this. And if they're near a wall, you're going to do that same thing that we talked about, where you're going to basically just finish it off in that route. Bruh. This. Bing, 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 bing. Right? And that's good damage. You can also do like this. Hold on. Do like that, and that's going to give you 75. That one's going to work no matter where you're at. So yeah, as you can see, you can get a lot of combo damage. You can also do like this, even tap, then go into something like that, right? And that's also going to give you some good damage. So that was my 3-2 that I did right there, and I basically just ran forward. After I got this one to land, I did 3-2, dodge forward, and then I touched him with the basically I did 3-4, right? 3-4, hold on, 3-4, dodge forward into back, down back, 1 plus 2, and that gave me that. So that's another route that you have. It's pretty decent. That's what you want to use whenever you know you're not going to be able to like get too many like things from it. But another option that you have with combos with her is anytime you do this and you feel like you're near a wall, you can do it again. So that way you can lead into some pressure like that, right? So like that's basically you let this land, and this is a launcher. You can do like that as well, right? And that can be crazy good for like wall splat potential. So like you can start doing stuff like this. Oh no, I messed it up. Like this, right? And you can do like that, and that actually opens up you doing hold on. Right. Right. Bruh. All right. Okay. What is going on? All right. You can also do this. Your 1-2-2. That'll be a wall splat, pretty much guaranteed. That's very good at like sending people away. And remember, if you're ever like struggling with the wall rising, you can always just like reaction to it. But I'm not trying to react to it. I'm trying to just get a specific look that I'm looking for. You can always do like this, then go like that, and finish like that, and that could be good. But I feel like you get more damage from doing this. That's insane. You can also do this for this, and then try to do a follow-up like that, right? See what I'm saying? And you can literally just like keep doing that over and over again. For people who are trying to side roll or like not respect you, you can also do like that and do like hold on. This is your 15 frame punch, by the way. This is always pretty much leading to a wall, no matter where you're pretty much at for the most part. You can always do this even to like do like that, and then try to pressure like that. That's your back 2 forward that I did. So you do this. There's a standard combo, right? Back 2 4. I messed that up. My timing was a little bit sloppy there. I messed it up again. Anyways, you kind of get the picture, right? Like that, right? So yeah, cool. Anyways, that's pretty much like what you have going on there. You can also like, if you're trying to get a little saucy with it, hold on. We'll get to that later. Anyways, moving forward, you have combos from your that. This is kind of the same thing. You pretty much like, you're going to be going into the same sort of like like options. Now, if you're gonna do this low, since this counts as a tornado, you kind of don't want to do this. I mean, sure, it's gonna be decent damage, but since it's already counting as a tornado by doing that option, you kind of want to like send them to the wall. You know what I mean? Because this is the only time where I would say like you want a wall splat, because like wall splatting here actually means you get more damage. You know what I mean? Because you getting more damage is the whole point, right? And some of these you don't get more damage for getting the wall splat. You're actually better off like actually finishing off like what you're supposed to get, right? Like so, right? And then doing like that, and then like going into a follow-up. Like you get more damage from doing stuff like that. So like I'd highly recommend that sometimes you don't actually touch wall. I mean, the only time you're going to be touching wall is like off of these ones where you're already going to be using like your tornado in order to get the combo, right? Like you can even do like that if you wanted to, or you can actually do like this. Even this one's going to be worse, but it will touch the wall, so that way you can do like that, right? So yeah, like you have like quite a lot of options. Just remember that like you have to like be somewhat aware of like which options you have. You know what I mean? For the most part, you can pretty much like literally kind of like do everything with this, like that, right? And again, you can get like quite a lot of combo damage from that. You can even do like this if you want it, but I would say always just do this. What am I doing? There we go. I forgot what I was doing for a second. You can do like this. I like doing that one because it's like a free follow-up, but also you can make that very scary by doing this. And then doing like this into, hold on, I timed that bad. Bing, 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 bing. You can time it with that unblockable, which is really, really cool, but the timing for it has to be a little bit stricter. But yeah, you can do that, and that's actually really, really good. As you can see, like you can get like quite a lot, but I think 1-2-2 is the best because it allows for you to really get a lot of air time. And because it allows for you to get a lot of air time, you're able to start doing stuff like this. Bing, bing, bing. Let me see if I can get it. Bing, 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 bing. You can start doing stuff like that, but that's like I'm talking like ultra level. Like you have to be somewhat, you know, pretty consistent at this game to land that. Hold on. Bing, bing, bing. Into something like that, right? That actually allows for you to actually like run in. So you're gonna basically do this, do like that, into something like that, and that can all land, right? So yeah, like that's like actually like your best like combo damage that you can get from this, like something like that, right? And that can be pretty much, you know, 50% like that. You can actually get it to where that can land, but the timing for it is a little bit strict. But yeah, it does work. You can't get that to land. You just have to be somewhat quicker, but quicker so that way you can like get this to land into that, right? So that way you can do it and get up hopefully another wall splat into more, you know, pressure. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much that. So as you can see, you have combo damage from this, you have combo damage from your wall rising, you have combo damage from this, right? We already talked about that one. You have combo damage from this. This is really, really good. You can do this from that. Again, when you feel like they're going to touch a wall, you can like, you know, do the 1-2-1, 3+4 one, or if you feel like they're not going to touch the wall, you can just do the forward 1 from your forward 3 option, like that, you know. Also, you have from this, you can do kind of the same thing. You can even do this if you wanted to. This into that, but that doesn't really link very well. But you can do this and stop it right there and then get that to land and then go into this again, which could be good, but I always do this one. And I just go straight into it like this, so that way I can get that and then get it to 69, which is good. But there used to be a route where you can do like this, but it doesn't really work anymore. At least I can't get it to work anymore. Anyways, so yeah, you have combo damage from this, but this is your 15 frame punish. But I say never use this one. Always use this one, because this one carries you more, and the other one doesn't really carry you more. And this will give you like a lot of damage. It depends on where you at. Like, so that's when you're gonna know if you're gonna be using this 15 frame punish or this one. There's a few more combo routes that you have. Oh, also after this, yeah. And as you can see, you can get much more from that. You also have this one here. Hold on. If you're get this one, you're supposed to do the down and hold this. Do that 1, 2, 1. You go like that, right? And that's the most damage you can get on her kit currently. I mean, there's a few more, but we're gonna talk about those. So that's 4, 3 plus 4, 4. This is ending you down. 1 plus 2, and you're gonna like basically like while rising that, charge it. Yeah, that's pretty much that. It's fairly easy, not a hard combo at all. You can do that. It's taking away pretty much the majority of their life. You can also do from your backup this one. It's gonna be kind of the same thing. You can't get it off of this though. That doesn't work. But you can do the while rising this one. But you have to do it before they get there though. That's the thing. Like you have to like touch it like before they drop. So it's a little bit harder to do, but it's not like too bad. Let me see if I can do it. There we go. That one's a little bit harder to do, but you can get, you know, some really nice combo damage from it. If you want to do the easier option, you can always do this into the ones that we talked about, where again, if you do this one, you can do forward 2 into up 1, or you can do let's say if you time it around, you can do down 2. I mean, you could do down 1, 1, 2, up 1, and then you go into your pressure like that. So all of these are like good options for you. So again, always go for it, but you just react to whatever you got, you know what I mean? So like if you didn't get the one that you're looking for, then you just react to it, and then you go ahead and get your damage. And again, you're still gonna, you know, touch them for a lot no matter what it is anyway. So yeah, and then from this one you have this mid. You can wall splat with that and try to touch like that. Now, depending on where they're at on the map, that'll determine like how quickly you want to do this, because you have to actually like time that yourself, right? So that's like, it could be kind of weird, but if you feel like you don't want to learn how to time it, you can always just do the 4-4-4-2 one, and then just wall splat, and then try to like get some pressure off of it as well. So I'm tripping. That's why I was like, why is this not working? Like that, and you could like touch with that, or try to like create Okazumi. But yeah, I normally just do this for my wall splat, so that way I can get in there. You can even do like this. This one's a little bit hard on inputs, but like you can do it. You can do like this, but that one's really hard. Like inputs are really hard. I've been able to recreate it only once. Let me see. It's not that bad, but it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. Bing bing. That's the one I like to go for, and you can go into that. Cool. Anyways, moving forward. So that's another option that you have. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting any other option. And we talked about this one. Oh, you get this to land. It's pretty much the same thing here. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go into that. And again, since this is already kind of like considered like juicy, you know what I'm saying, like tornado juicy, you kind of want to aim for the wall splat on this one. See, then like that's what you're going to be kind of going for. So like if you're on this, after you do this, I would just always 1 2 2. You can get the wall splat, try to follow up with something like this, and try to, you know, get some combo damage like that. That's always going to give you more than anything else. So bing bing bing, 1 2 2, bing bing bing. That's a good option that you have as well. As you can see, you're getting a lot of combo damage from that. That's another option that you have for the character. See, is there anything else I'm forgetting? I know she has so many combo routes. It's impossible to remember them all. Also, if you just get it from like this landing, hold on, this landing, This is a really good one. This one's also the same, but you can't get that to land because that's considered it's not considered a tornado one. Bruh. So like you can get a lot of combo damage from this. You can even just do like that and then go more into some other stuff. You can even go like this if you wanted to. Hold on. Bing, bing, bing. Ah, I messed it up. Bing, bing. I messed it up again. Hey, hey, I messed. You get the idea. You can basically go like this. Bing, 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 bing. Do it again. Bing, bing. It's something like that, right? Or you can actually just go straight into. If I can get it. Bing, bing, bing. Ah, bing, 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 bing. Like this. Do like that. That. Dodge. Touch, and that's 83. So again, you can kind of work your way in with that. So as you can see, your combo damage is crazy through the roof no matter what. If you're looking for the most damage that you can get, if you can't wall splat, anytime you can't wall splat, so let's say after this where you can't wall splat, you can always go for that combo where I just did. I mean, when you can wall splat, that's always going to be your greatest combo. But your goal anytime you get like these is basically to try to find a way to get your smashes in, or your heat engagers, because that's kind of the best time to do it. But anyways, I saved all of that so that way you can get to the craziest combo damage in this game, the most combo damage you can get in this game. This is a close to death combo. You can pretty much take away 80% of the life. I save all of this for last because this is the strongest one. So, and it's just from your 15 frame punish. So let's get into it. This is what it looks like. They can't roll right there, right? I thought myself early enough. Roll since probably just timing myself bad. There we go. You can always do this one too. You can just do a while rising 1-2 and then go into it like this, and you do a 1-2 1 bop. You could do like that, right? And that'll be good, but you can get more from it by doing this. Touch them again, it's a double break, so it's guaranteed. Bing, 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 bing. Didn't get to it. It's a little bit weird to hit, but this is like this is going to be a close to death combo. Like once you kind of figure out what you want to do, you can kind of get people like in there, and it's automatic like wall touch. So again, depending on where you're positioned at, you can kind of like get this to touch like this. I almost had it. You can always do it like that too, where you don't let that last hit touch, and you just go in for that first one. Bing, 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 bing. I want to get this one, but you honestly have like so many options from that. You can even do that one or you can do the Wild Rising one. I'm still trying to figure out like how to make it till dead. I just can't figure it out currently, but see what I'm saying? Like I just can't figure out how I can get that to link, even though that's the one with the weakest damage, the one with the strongest damage. As far as just like getting the damage early and then like figuring out later, is going to be this one. Into this, do like that, into that. This is all guaranteed. That's a lot of combo damage, right? And yeah, that's pretty much your strongest like option, and it only works because this here is considered a wall splat, and this automatically stops the rolls. So yeah, you can always do like this too, just for the guaranteed touches. But again, you get a little bit more from the other one, from the wall splat option. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works. If there was another way I knew of in order to get people over there, then I would like find a better combo, but I don't really know of a way to do it and still be able to like get people like where I want them to be at, you know. I could try that option. Matter of fact, let me try that. I haven't ever really like fully, you know, processed like how I wanted to I don't want to also spend time like figuring this out on the stream because this is just a tutorial for her. But yeah, as you can see, like there's gonna be a combo that you can get where you can like do that. Ooh, that would have been the one. Ooh, I think that might be the option that I might have to go with there, and then I'll just have to like get that, you know, a little bit tighter. But yeah, as you can see, man, like you're gonna be able to go crazy with this character. You're gonna have so many combo routes, so many combo damage. There's so many wall break combos that can give you 90 plus with her as well. She just hits really freaking hard. She's the hardest hitting character that I've ever played in the game, and the hardest hitting character I've ever seen combo wise. Like no character hits harder than her. So yeah, this is Alisa. She's strong. Your 10 frame punish is this straight into destructive stance. You can get immediately into destructive stance by doing this into straight heat engager, right? Oh, I forgot to mention. Let's talk about what happens if they do the other options here. So let's say they don't side roll and they just wake up backwards and they do quick recovery or whatever. Basically try to wake up as fast as possible, right? Set them to how can I, yeah, we could just put them to block all and then set them to try to punish here. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Should be good now. Yep. This is all guaranteed too. This is literally one of your best follow-ups. So let's say they just block all and they try to do side roll or something like that. This is automatically going to hit anytime they try to Okazemi. But let's say they try to like just immediately stand up like that too. It'll still touch them, and even if they block that last hit, then I'm put in a situation to where I'm going to have all the pressure and they're not, because anytime you're in this stance and you land, oh, I forgot another combo route. I'm tripping. This is another combo route you have. That's the same thing, right? So this is your best combo from this. So this is an automatic floor break, right? And look at their life, right? Even though this is like some chippy hits, but like this is all guaranteed, right? That's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. Like they have to hold this, right? They can't dodge it, which means it doesn't matter if you block it. You have to look at how much life they're losing because of how her stance works. I just messed that up. Right? So like that alone is crazy enough damage, right? Hold all of that, right? You have to. And if they try to press any time in between, that puts me straight into my heat engager. And if I'm already in heat, right, and I do this combo, and I'm in the stance like so, right? Bing, bing, right? Bing, bing, bing. That's straight up into pressure. That's a wall splat, which means I get pressure from that now, which leads me back into this option. If I get that, then bing, bing. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of like wall combos that we have with this character is actually insane. Stop right there, save, do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You get the picture, right? So yeah, she's insane of a character. Hopefully you guys see the potential. It's Zuko, bro. We are Audi 5000. Peace. Enjoy Alisa. She's the most broken character in the game, hands down.